Hey guys, I thought I would just update you on the build. Yesterday I posted kind of the final build guide with POBs and gameplay. Hope you enjoyed that. But today, / in a few days, I kind of made some upgrades and I thought I'd show you them. Now I have already recorded this video, and when I finished it, after about 20 minutes, I looked to my right and my OBS had crashed. So I'm going to do it again. The main upgrades that we got, and we'll speed through this one, is I realised after some time that my timeless jewels sucked, and a way I could get some upgrades is getting more resistance. And so I found one that had 3 resistance rolls and my rage, and that allowed me to think about my ring. No longer did I need a ring that had 45 res and 15 lightning and chaos res doubled by the Calandra's touch. I only needed the res from the chaos, the crafted mod. So I was like, well, if the only mod I need is a crafted mod, then surely I can make a better ring. I needed a little bit of intelligence, but I was like, well, I could always just multi-mod the int on and be done. So, you know, I'll try it. After a few essences, I got an insane ring, which I should have sold. It was like just the craziest ring possible, but I got greedy and I bricked it, as always in PoE. So I tried again, and I got tier 1 life with a prefix. And I sat there and I ummed and ahed, and I thought about what can I do. Prefix can't be changed, scour, multi-mod, intelligence, and then lightning and chaos res. That seems really good. What I decided to do was prefix can't be changed, veiled chaos, block power charge, and hope I get strength and int, because that doubled would allow me to remove loads of passives and jewels. Unfortunately, I got dex and int. So I crafted on lightning and chaos res, and I was really happy. And then I thought to myself, well, I may as well just exalt it and see if we get a big resistance, and maybe I can change my gloves. Maybe I don't need that resist on my gloves, you know, or whatever. And so I decided that, yeah, basically, I'll just exalt it. And I exalted strength. I exalted tier 2 strength, which I was over the moon about. I totally forgot you could even exalt strength for some reason. Never even considered it a possibility. And so now I have a ton of stats, and I can go ahead and remove all these jewels that have strength on. I removed this node, and with that, I gained a whole extra life node. I gained from 3.8k life to 4.3k life, because obviously it's doubling the 109. And I could craft a better shield. I'll explain the shield in a second, but I can also go ahead and now get 3 jewels with double multi and percent life, which would take me from like 4.3k life to nearly 5k. So I'd be going from like 3.8k life to nearly 5. And I just did a whole explanation of the shield, but basically the shield is like one of a kind, and the way I did it was I sort of got this base, I figured out some recombination technology and named modifiers, and I can post a video of how I did it, but it might be confusing. But I basically took this Topatane mod, forced it onto a Crusader buckler, and then relentlessly fracturing orbed it, and if it bricked, saved it by moving it back and forth inside of recombinators, and kept fracturing it until it hit. Eventually I hit it on the 3rd one, and then I spammed Essence of Envy until I got something good. I hit triple tier 1 suffixes, but I got 8 life. And I got greedy, and I suffix can't be changed, reforged life, and what happened? The blooming item bricked. And so we ended up with something like this, and it bricked, and the only thing I could do was annul. And when I annulled, I knocked off the modifier I wanted, and the item was dead. And I had to start again. Eventually we got back to a slightly worse shield, but it works. I reforged life again, and I got 45 life, and I just decided to just stay on it, even though it sucks. But I'm not going to constantly keep reforging life for like tier 2, tier 3. It's just not worth it. But it's a really, really interesting shield because it yeah, it's 78% extra cold. So I'm going from like 16,485 cold to 14k. All the gems that I purchased that were necessary, I bought at 21. I finally did that. I got my flasks to be, you know, tier 1 rolls finally. I could obviously craft a new foil with tier 1 cold damage, but I looked at the rolls and honestly, it's not that much more damage. I'll have a look and see if it's maybe worth it. We'll see. But when you go into the POB now and you take a look at where I'm at 63 mil damage, which is pretty massive. And if I was to not be an idiot and run Herald of Ice for the MTX because I just like it, and I was actually to go ahead and run Blood and Sand at level 7 and put myself in Blood stance, you can see, where are we? Blood and Sand, configuration, Blood stance. I'm at 70 mil damage. So it was only a few days ago we were at like 26, 30 mil damage, and I couldn't really see many upgrades. And just ever so slightly constantly working on the build bit by bit, trying to think about how to eke out damage. We're now at 70 mil. I am still looking at these gloves and thinking, go on, be brave, you know, do something different with them. Prefix can't be changed, I don't know, whatever, but they work. I'm kind of tempted to not run attack and cast speed while focused, because half the time I'm not focused, honestly. But you know, it is technically when I'm on bosses I do press the focus button, but general mapping I don't really press it. If I focus there, you can see 77 mil damage with Blood and Sand, if I was to be sensible. So we've literally doubled our damage, and like the shield cost a ton of money to create, but I just wanted to create something a bit different, a bit unique. The same with the gloves. And if I put on the old shield, it's, you know, it's giving us, the new shield is giving us 2.7 mil damage, which honestly it's nothing to be sniffed at. A 2.7 mil damage upgrade is a big upgrade. You know, whether it's worth it or not is entirely debatable, but I just thought it was a really cool, unique item. And yeah, it's like 4% damage, and you know, it all helps, doesn't it? And so it also enables me to, yeah, with the ring, to put on some better jewels. So next I'll probably be working on the jewels, but honestly the jewels could be like 10-20 divines each, and I know it's not worth it, but I like to, if I'm playing PoE properly, I like to just commit to a build that I enjoy and keep working on it. And so maybe somebody enjoys the process, because I really do enjoy the process of like just eking out a bit of upgrades that weren't possible, because I was at 30 mil damage and I was like, yeah, there's not really any more damage I can get. Just bit by bit thinking about, oh, I'll take this extra res, which lets me change my ring, which lets me change my shield, which lets me change my passives. Did it, like maybe I'll get a new cluster because I don't need, you know what I mean? Like you can just keep going, can't you, forever and ever and ever. And that's the fun part of the game. And so, yeah, that's really the end of the Smite progression. I can't think of many more upgrades that I can do. It's probably just going to be the jewels, and they are expensive, but I'll probably work my way towards them. And then, yeah, like, yeah, I just thought I'd update you as to where we are. Cool. I think, you know, there's also like, I've not really looked at stuff too in depth. Maybe there's some passive points that aren't really worth taking. You know, maybe this 4 cluster jewel would be better being, you know, something else. I don't know. Well, you know, maybe I'll look at that, but we're kind of set in stone now. And yeah, I think it's been really, really good. Probably one of the last upgrades I would buy if I had much more currency, but I literally wasted so much on this damn shield. It's insane how much money. I'd say it's like 50, 60 divines, man. Is I would like to get one of those like profit flasks, because this flask is just whatever, and see how that feels. Also tempted to do some kind of, I'm not sure, maybe like corrupt my Relicash, which I keep failing at. But yeah, that's where we're at with the build. I'll stop rambling now. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and there is the upgrade. I suppose the last upgrade could be a Merc. You could give it the Delve helmet, or to be honest, I've not really messed with the Merc technology too much. I've had the same Merc forever, and it's probably not even very good. But yeah, it's got all the Ubers down. It's on Deathless Cirrus now. So yeah, cool. There's the upgrade, and there's me selling my energy shield tattoos apparently, because they were expensive. I had no idea, and I've got 25 of these left to sell from crafting that ring. Okay. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Peace.